Hello, my name's Emma Wainwright, and together with Kate Hoskins, I lead the BA Education degree here at Brunel University. In the next 10 minutes or so, we're going to cover some of the key features of our exciting and innovative degree programme. We will cover why you should think about coming here to Brunel, the course content and structure, the support that we offer our students, and also the employment opportunities which the degree leads to. I'm now going to pass you to my colleague Kate Hoskins.
Hello, my name's Kate Hoskins and I co-programme lead the BA Education programme with Dr. Emma Wainwright. I'm just going to briefly talk to you now about why you might want to study our programme with us here at Brunel. We will provide you with a broad and balanced view of educational theory, and we make links throughout our modules to practice. We want you to develop your skills of critical reflection, applying theory to practice, and working both individually but also collaboratively in a group. We want to prepare you for further academic and professional qualifications and study in a range of education-related careers, and this can include being a teacher or an educational professional, youth worker, working in the voluntary and community sector. So, a couple of reasons why you might want to study education with us. We're ranked first in London for the BA Education programme, which is an achievement we're really proud of. This ranking has come from direct feedback from our students as part of Student Satisfaction Survey. In terms of our position in the country, we are the 6th most popular BA Education programme. One of the reasons that we think we do so well in the National Student Survey is because of the sorts of support that we provide to our students, both academically but also more broadly and holistically. So now I'm just going to briefly talk to you about some of the things you can expect to be doing over the course of the next 3 years as part of your BA Education degree here with us at Brunel University, London. We look at educational theory. We touch upon the disciplines of sociology, psychology, philosophy to underpin the sorts of knowledge that we're providing you with. We look at a range of different local, national and global educational issues and perspectives, and we also look at a range of different educational contexts. In relation to practice, we think practice is really important and at the heart of what we do. We have educational practices in our study blocks. We have yearly placements, so students can go out and explore different sorts of educational settings to understand how they want to work and where they may feel that they can make the biggest contribution in terms of their career. And we also have capacity to provide areas of interest for students to follow their own interests in relation to the degree studies that they're completing. I'd now just briefly like to talk to you about what you might expect to be doing in year 1 of your BA Education programme. We have a range of different study blocks, understanding concepts in education, issues and perspectives in education, which as mentioned looks at local, national and global educational issues, human development, which draws on psychology, education and society, which is a mainly sociological study block, study skills and methods of inquiry, where you can begin to build your critical understanding in terms of reading the literature and writing and producing high quality assignments, and educational work placements, where you'll be able to go out and complete 72 hours of placement in your choice of setting. Turning now to consider year 2, and your studies encompass the social study of childhood, which builds on year 1 modules around the psychology of childhood, research methods, which is an important part of preparing you for your year 3 dissertation research project, educational practices, where we look at a range of different practices in a range of different educational settings, and educational spaces, where we consider again local, national and global educational issues. You have a 72-hour placement as with year 1, so you have another opportunity to go out and try out a different educational work setting. And then exploring education in the literature and media, where students are invited to critically appraise literature and the media and media representations of educational debates. Finally, in your 3rd year of studies here with us on the BA Education degree at Brunel, you'll have an opportunity to study growing up in 21st century Britain, which focuses on the educational issues facing young people as they grapple with growing up in this country. You'll also have an opportunity to explore education in formal and informal contexts, which refers to education as it occurs in schools and education as it occurs in other sites such as museums, youth clubs, youth projects, etc. Then you'll have your research project, which is your chance as a student to really follow your area of interest and to build and develop a research project where you can describe and define the focus of that project. And finally, you'll have your last placement, where again we have the opportunity for you to go out into a third setting to really understand the sort of career and employability that would be most appealing and right for you.
Typically we teach in flat teaching rooms, similar to classrooms that you will be used to. And so we do lecture, but we also engage in seminar discussions and very practical workshops. This is to ensure that the teaching that we use benefits all of our learners. We also often invite external speakers to come in and present about their own experiences and their expertise. So we draw on other academics and practitioners. We also encourage field trips, both directed field trips and also field trips in your own time, to engage with the world beyond the classroom. And finally, between your weekly sessions, you will have directed study tasks which will feed into the session the following week. And so a burning question for students is how they will be assessed. You will have traditional essay style assessments, but you will also have more innovative assessments to again draw on the abilities of our students. So, for example, you will have critical and creative assignments such as photographic essays or filmed debates. You will also have reflective reports drawing on your experiences from placement. You will also have portfolios, which will be a series of smaller tasks undertaken across a term. And you'll also have role play assignments where you are encouraged to develop your practice skills. And then finally, in your third year with us, you will have your research project, and that is your opportunity to pursue an area of interest to you with close working with a supervisor. An important part of what we do is encouraging learning beyond the classroom, and we have a range of activities that sit alongside our classroom activities. These are very much aimed at encouraging students to make connections between what we are learning in the classroom and what's going on in the wider world. So, for example, in your first couple of months with us here at Brunel, we have a field trip called our Big Day Out. This is when we visit London's South Bank and we consider some of the spaces there and how we can consider them and think about them as educational spaces. So, for example, we have a tour of the National Theatre, we go and visit the British Film Institute, and we also go to an exhibition of prisoners' art in the Royal Festival Hall. This is about encouraging us to think about how arts and education work together and expand our understanding of what education is. We also run a number of optional trips in and around London, again trying to encourage you to make connections between what we're learning on the course and wider events that are happening elsewhere. So recent examples of this have included a trip to the Tate Britain to look at the Year 3 exhibition and a trip to the Wellcome Trust to look at the Play Well exhibition. Again, this is about bringing to life what we are learning in the classroom and making those connections to a different set of contexts. The university offers a wide range of services to support students in terms of academic skills, but also in terms of welfare and well-being. In the department, when you arrive, you will be allocated a tutor who will normally stay with you through the 3 years of your degree course. We put a lot of emphasis on that support that's offered by the personal tutor, but also the wider teaching team throughout the BA Education degree. You will also have the opportunity to participate in peer-assisted learning, and this is where second and third year students run teaching sessions to support first years. We also run an informal buddying system within the department. This, as I said, is very informal, but it's to enable further support for first year students when they arrive. So what do our students go on to do after graduation? Many of our students use their skills, their practice experience and their knowledge to go into teaching in primary and secondary schools. Many of them move on to our primary and secondary Ofsted Outstanding programmes here at Brunel. Students also go into roles in education administration, breakfast and after school provision, early years settings, informal settings and educational welfare in the community and voluntary sector, but also in larger corporations working in business and industry education roles. The BA Education degree is also an important springboard for a whole range of graduate employment opportunities that exist. Thank you very much for listening to us. Please do get in touch if you would like to arrange a visit or have any questions about the degree programme.